a mean one, Mr. Grinch. You really are a heel. You're as cuddly as a cactus, you're as charming as an eel, Mr. Grinch. You're a bad banana with a...
Act 1, The Grinch's Cave.
Every Who done in Whoville liked Christmas a lot, but the Grinch, who lived just north of Whoville, did not. He hated Christmas, the whole Christmas season. Now please, don't ask why, no one quite knows the reason.
It could be his head wasn't screwed on just right. But whatever the reason, his heart or his shoes, he stood there on Christmas Eve, hating the Who.
Staring down from his cave with a sour, bitchy frown, with the warm light of windows below the town, where he knew every Who down in Whoville was busy eating mistletoe trees.
And they're hanging their stockings.
He snarled with a sneer.
Tomorrow is Christmas, it's practically here.
Then he growled with his Grinch fingers nervously drumming.
I must find some way to stop Christmas from coming.
All right, give him a big round of applause. That was Act 1. Act 2, Whoville.
For tomorrow he knew all the Who girls and boys would wake bright and early, they'd rush for their toys. And then...
Oh, the noise.
Oh, the noise. That's one thing he hated. The noise.
Then the Who's young and old will sit down to feast and they feast and they feast. And they feast.
And they would feast on Who pudding and rare Who roast beef, which was something the Grinch couldn't stand in the least. And then they do something he liked least of all.
Every Who done in Whoville, the tall and the small, would stand close together with Christmas bells ringing. They stand hand in hand, and the Who's will start to sing. And they sing. And they sing.
And the more the Grinch thought of this Who Christmas thing, the more the Grinch thought,
I must stop this whole thing. Why? For 53 years I've put up with it now. I must stop this Christmas from coming. But how?
Then the Grinch got an idea, an awful idea. The Grinch got a
wonderful, awful idea.
All right, give him a big round of applause. On Act 3, The Grinch's Cave.
I know just what to do.
The Grinch laughed in his throat and he made a quick Santa Claus act and a coat. And he chuckled and he cluckled.
What a great Grinchy trick. With this hat and this coat, I'll look just like Saint Nick. All I need is a reindeer.
The Grinch looked around, but Santa's reindeer are scarce. There's none to be found. Did that stop the old Grinch?
No.
The Grinch simply said,
If I can't find a reindeer, I'll make one instead.
So he called his dog Max and took some red thread and stuck a big horn on the top of his head. And he loaded some bags and some old empty sacks on a ramshackle sleigh. And he hitched up old Max. Then the Grinch said,
Giddy up.
All right, let's say goodbye to the Grinch. Cindy-Lou Who's house.
and the sleigh started down toward the homes where the Lou's lay snooze in their town. All their windows were dark. Quiet snow filled the air. All the Who's were all dreaming sweet dreams without care. When he came to the first little house on the square.
This is stop number 1.
the old Grinch and Claus hissed, and he climbed to the roof, empty bags in his fist. Then he slid down the chimney, a rather tight pitch. But if Santa could do it, then so could the Grinch. He got stuck only once, for a moment or two.
Then he stuck his head out of the fireplace flue where the little Who stockings all hung in a row.
These stockings
He grinned.
are the first thing to go.
Then he slithered and sluck with a smile most unpleasant.
Around the whole room, and he took every present: pop guns, bicycles, roller skates,
Drums,
Checkboard!
tricycles,
popcorn.
and clubs.
And he stuffed them in bags.
Then the Grinch very nimbly stuffed all the bags one by one up the chimney. Then he slumped to the icebox. He took the Who's piece.
He took the Who pudding.
He took the roast beef.
He cleaned out that icebox as big as a flash.
Why, that Grinch even took the last Who of Who Hunch.
Then he stuffed all the food up the chimney with the glee.
And now,
Grinned the Grinch.
I will stuff up the tree.
And the Grinch grabbed the tree and his fire to shut. He heard a small sound like the coo of a dove. He turned around fast. He saw a small Cindy-Lou Who was not more than 2.
The Grinch had been caught by this tiny Who daughter, who got out of bed for a cup of cold water. She stared at the Grinch and said,
Santa Claus, why? Why are you taking our Christmas tree? Why?
But you know, that old Grinch was so smart and so slick. He thought of a lie, he thought it up quick.
Why, my sweet little tot.
the fake Santa Claus lied.
There's a light on one side that won't light. I'm taking it home to my workshop. I'll fix it up there and bring it back here.
And he spit to the child, he patted her head, got her a drink, and sent her to bed.
And when Cindy-Lou Who went to bed with her cup, he went to the chimney and stuffed up the tree. Then the last thing he took was the log for their fire. Then he went up the chimney, himself the old liar.
Audience members, voices off.
On their walls, he left nothing but some hooks and some wire.
And the one speck of food that he left in the house was a crumb that was even too small for a mouth.
Then he did the same thing to the other Who's houses.
Leaving crumbs much too small for other Who's mouses.
Act is Act 5, and we're at Mount Crumpet.
It was dawn, all the Who's still in bed, all the Who's still a snooze. When he packed up his sled, he packed it up with presents.
The ribbons,
The wrappings,
the tags,
Tinsel,
the trimmings,
the trappings,
3,000 feet up of Mountain Crumpet, he rode with his load to the tip-top to dump it.
Boo to those Who's.
He was Grinchly humming.
They're finding out now that no Christmas is coming. I know just what they'll do. Their mouths will hang open for a moment or two, then all the Who's down in Whoville will cry boo-hoo.
Grin.
That's a noise that I simply must hear.
So he paused, and the Grinch put his hand to his ear. He did hear a sound rising over the snow. It started in low.
Then it started to grow.
But the sound wasn't sad.
Why this sound was merry?
It couldn't be so.
But it was merry.
Very! He stared down at Whoville. The Grinch popped his eyes. Then he shook what he saw was a shocking surprise.
Every Who down in Whoville, the tall and the small, was singing.
Without any presents at all.
He hadn't stopped Christmas from coming. It came.
Somehow or other, it just came.
How could it be so? It came without boxes, it came without ribbons, it came without bags, it came without boxes or tags.
And he puzzled 3 hours to his pleasant little story.
Maybe Christmas,
He thought,
means a little bit more. Maybe Christmas perhaps means a little bit more.
All right, give him a round of applause.
What happened then?
Well, they say that the Grinch's not on that day.
And the minute his heart didn't feel quite so tight, he whistled with his load through the bright morning light.
and he brought back the toys.
And the food for the feast.
And
He himself.
The Grinch carved the roast beast.
Give him a big round of applause. This concludes our play, The Grinch Who Stole Christmas. These are our readers. Let's give our readers a round of applause. And of course, we wouldn't have a play without our amazing actors. Let's give our actors a round of applause. All right. And of course, boys and girls, and of course, we couldn't have The Grinch Who Stole Christmas without the Grinch. Let's give the Grinch a big round of applause. And we couldn't do this also without all of our backstage helpers. Let's give our backstage helpers a round of applause. All right, thank you so much. And last but not least, we could not do this without our VAPA team, Mrs. Wilk and Mrs. Alvarez. Let's give them a big round of applause. Parents, I just want to thank you so much for coming. Students, thank you for participating. And thank you so much. Have a great day.